All right, you ready to dig into this MSCI earnings call? We're about to go deep on the world of index providers, the companies behind the benchmarks that drive trillions, trillions with a T in investments.
Yeah, think of it as like a pulse check on global markets, see what's hot, what's not.
And from the sounds of it, MSCI is doing pretty darn well, almost 10% organic revenue growth. That's impressive for a company their size. Adjusted EPS is up, free cash flow is booming, they're buying back stock.
Those buybacks, that's a signal right there. They're confident about the future, putting their money where their mouth is, so to speak.
Exactly. That's not a move you make if you're worried about what's coming next. But hey, let's not just skim the surface here.
Yeah, let's get into the nitty-gritty.
What's actually driving this success, starting with their, bread and butter, the index business?
It's more than bread and butter. At this point, it's like the whole bakery. The whole index-based investing world is exploding, and MSCI is right there leading the charge.
Case in point, that climate ETF launched by a massive asset manager, initial investment, a cool $2.4 billion, all linked to an MSCI index.
Wow, that's a statement. It shows that ESG, climate investing, it's gone mainstream.
And it's not just the climate folks either. They snagged deals with two major investment banks who are now using MSCI data for some pretty complex stuff like derivatives and structured products.
That tells me their reach is expanding. They're not just catering to the traditional players anymore. They're becoming essential even for the most sophisticated financial institutions out there.
So basically, everyone wants a piece of the MSCI action. Now let's talk wealth management. Seems like they're killing it in that space.
It's a smart play. Wealth management is all about personalization these days, and MSCI is tapping right into that.
Yeah, their subscription run rate with wealth managers is up 12%, and the assets under management in direct indexing, which is basically personalized index investing, jumped by a third.
That personalized approach is key. Investors aren't settling for cookie-cutter solutions anymore. They want portfolios tailored to their needs, their goals.
And MSCI is giving them the tools to do just that. They even launched a whole new brand, MSCI Wealth, just for this market.
It seems like they're all in on giving wealth managers the power to build these really sophisticated, personalized, yet scalable portfolios.
Yeah, portfolios that aren't just about picking stocks, but about achieving specific outcomes. But hey, they're not putting all their eggs in one basket. Let's not forget about fixed income. They reported a 15% growth in their fixed income run rate across the board.
That's huge. They're diversifying, building a strong presence in fixed income, which, let's be honest, doesn't always get the attention it deserves, but is super important for a balanced portfolio.
They're making serious moves in complex assets like mortgage-backed securities, and it's paying off. They even landed a government contract, which is a pretty big vote of confidence.
For sure, that government contract says a lot about their credibility in the fixed income world. Now, we can't ignore the AI elephant, or should I say algorithm, in the room.
Right. AI is more than just a buzzword for MSCI. It's like a core part of their DNA now.
They're walking the walk, not just talking the talk. They're using it to streamline their operations, cut costs, and build all these new products.
And that's what makes it so fascinating, right? AI has the potential to revolutionize the entire financial industry, and MSCI is at the forefront of that revolution.
It's not just hype, it's happening.
They're using AI for everything, from data acquisition to software engineering. They even mentioned an AI-powered tool for thematic driver discovery, finding the next big trend in investing.
Wow, that's next level. It's like having an AI analyst that can sift through mountains of data and pick out the hidden gems.
Exactly. It's about making smarter decisions, managing risk better, and ultimately creating more value for investors. AI is changing the game.
Big time. And MSCI is playing it like a pro.
So we've got this company with impressive financials, a finger on the pulse of the market, and they're all in on innovation, especially with AI.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg. We've got a lot more to unpack here. Okay, so let's take a closer look at those different client segments, starting with, asset managers. They're facing some challenges these days.
Yeah, that's no secret.
But MSCI still managed to pull off a 5% growth in their subscription run rate with those asset managers.
Not too shabby, especially with all the pressure on active management these days. What's keeping those asset managers coming back for more?
It's the stickiness of their products. Asset managers, even when times are tough, they still need that data, the analytics, the insights that MSCI provides. It helps them navigate the market, make sense of it all. They mentioned a big deal with a US-based asset manager.
Well, yeah, for those fixed income portfolio tools, right?
Yeah.
The attribution and risk analysis stuff.
Exactly. So they're not just playing in the equity space, they're making a real impact in fixed income too.
Mm.
And then there was that deal with the European asset manager.
Who decided to use, like, a whole bunch more of their services, right?
Yeah, things like managed services, data management, even risk and performance analytics, they really went all in.
It seems like asset managers just want the whole package deal these days.
One-stop shop. That's what they're looking for. And that's where MSCI shines. All right, let's switch gears a bit. ESG, climate investing, it's not just a trend anymore. It's like a core part of the investment landscape. And MSCI, well, they're leading the pack.
Oh, absolutely. They reported a 10% subscription run rate growth in that ESG and climate segment. And it seems like Europe and Asia are really driving that demand.
Yeah, Europe has been ahead of the game for a while now, but it's interesting to see other regions catching up. And MSCI is in a perfect position to capitalize on that. They've got the data, the know-how, the global reach.
Plus, they're not just sitting on their laurels. They're constantly innovating, rolling out new tools, new data sets for everything. Biodiversity, nature, regulatory solutions, even, get this, geospatial analysis.
It's like they're trying to cover all the bases when it comes to ESG, from the rainforests to the boardroom. They're not just checking boxes, they're really pushing the envelope.
Which is what you got to do in a space that's moving as fast as ESG is. All right, let's talk about hedge funds. Always on a hunt for an edge. Seems like they're finding it with MSCI.
Yeah, they reported a 15% subscription run rate growth with hedge funds, a lot of it driven by those recurring sales, especially in their index products.
You know, hedge funds, they're known for those really complex strategies. So the fact that they're embracing MSCI's index products, that says something.
It definitely speaks to the quality, the relevance of what MSCI is offering. It's not a one-time purchase. It's an ongoing relationship. Okay, let's move on to the banks and the broker-dealers. They saw a 7% subscription run rate growth with this group, again, driven by those index products.
Yeah, remember that deal with the two investment banks we talked about earlier? The one for those complex derivatives and structured products. That just highlights how MSCI's data, their indices, they're becoming like the foundation of the whole financial system. It's not just about picking stocks anymore. It's about understanding risk, pricing these complex instruments, navigating this increasingly interconnected market.
It's about providing the infrastructure for global finance. And finally, we've got the asset owners, the big institutional investors. MSCI had an 11% subscription run rate growth with this group, fueled by, surprise, surprise, strong recurring sales in, you guessed it, index products.
Those index products are like the MVP of this earnings call. It's the thread that connects all these different client segments.
Yeah, asset owners, they're the ones responsible for managing, well, massive amounts of money, and they're looking to MSCI for the tools and the insights to make those decisions. In fact, they talked about a big win with a UK-based asset owner.
That climate index mandate.
Exactly. That's expected to bring in something like $20 billion benchmarked to an MSCI climate index.
So it's not just a niche thing anymore. Climate investing is moving into the mainstream.
Okay, I want to circle back to AI for a second. You mentioned earlier that MSCI is at the forefront of AI adoption in finance. What does that actually look like?
Well, for starters, they're using AI to streamline their data operations, how they acquire, process, and manage all that data. They even talked about using AI to map private credit data, which is notoriously messy and difficult to work with.
Yeah, the amount of data involved in something like that must be mind-boggling.
It is. It's like having this superpowered analyst that can sift through all that information and make sense of it. So it's about making their operations more efficient, more scalable, more accurate.
Okay, that makes sense.
They're also applying AI to software engineering, which is super important for a tech-driven company like MSCI. It's about building better systems, improving their development processes, staying ahead of the curve.
So they're not just using AI to analyze data, they're using it to build the tools that analyze the data. It's like AI inception or something. Exactly, but here's the really exciting part. They're using AI to build innovative new products. Things like AI-powered analytics insights, using AI to uncover those hidden patterns in the data. They talked about thematic driver discovery for index investing, basically using AI to predict what's next in the market. And they're even using AI in their get this, geospatial data asset intelligence product. It's about understanding the physical world and how it impacts investments.
That's wild. It's like they're using AI to analyze everything from satellite images to financial statements to social media trends. The possibilities are endless.
They're giving investors a whole new set of tools, a deeper understanding of the world, the risks, and the opportunities.
So AI, it's not just a buzzword for them. It's like woven into the fabric of their business.
Yeah.
But what does this all mean for the bigger picture? What should investors be taking away from all of this?
Here's the key takeaway. MSCI, they're a bellwether. Their success with AI shows us what's possible in the future of finance.
You're saying we're about to see this massive AI-driven transformation of the financial industry.
Absolutely. And it's not just about replacing humans, it's about augmenting them, making them more powerful, more effective. We're going to see this wave of AI-powered innovation, changing how we invest, manage risk, everything.
Wow, that's a pretty exciting prospect.
It is. And the best part is, we're just getting started.
Okay, so we've really gone deep on MSCI here. We've looked at their numbers, their strategy, their clients, this whole AI thing.
And that commitment to long-term growth, that really stands out to me. It's not just about riding the wave. It's about, shaping the future of finance.
Yeah, they're really focused on investing in those like key growth areas, but they're doing it in a way that's profitable, that keeps the cash flow strong.
That balance, that's crucial. They're not sacrificing their financial health for the sake of growth, which is a good sign if you're thinking about investing. And their guidance for 2025 really reflects that. They're expecting expenses to jump in Q1, mostly because of compensation and benefits.
Sounds like they're attracting and rewarding top talent, investing in their people.
Yeah, and in an industry like finance, that's critical. You got to have the best minds on your team. They also talked about their approach to capital allocation, which is very disciplined, strong capital position, low leverage. They're focused on creating value for shareholders.
That's the mark of a well-managed company, right? They're not just like throwing money around. They're making smart decisions, thinking long-term. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground: financials, strategy, clients, AI, the whole 9 yards. But before we wrap things up, any final thoughts on MSCI, key takeaways for investors?
Well, bottom line, I think MSCI is a really interesting opportunity for investors who are looking to tap into those big trends that are shaping the financial industry. They're leaders in index investing, ESG, climate, data analytics, and they're really pushing the boundaries with AI.
Totally agree. They've got a proven track record, a clear vision for the future, and they're committed to delivering value, both to their clients and to their shareholders.
And don't forget, they're a bellwether. Their success really speaks to the power of data, technology, and innovation in finance. It's a glimpse into what's coming next.
Okay, now it wouldn't be a Talk Tickers deep dive without our signature "This is not financial advice" segment. So what wild yet plausible trade idea do you have for our listeners today, inspired by this MSCI earnings call?
All right, here's a bold one. Given everything we've discussed, I'd say short the actively managed mutual fund space and go long on MSCI and providers of tools for actively managed ETFs.
Whoa, okay, that's a spicy take. Break that down for me.
Well, think about it. MSCI is benefiting from this shift towards rules-based investing, personalized portfolios, AI-driven insights. Active management is evolving, and MSCI is in a great position to capitalize on that evolution.
So you're betting that the lines between active and passive management will continue to blur and MSCI will be right there in the sweet spot?
Exactly. It's a long-term play, but I think it has some serious potential. But remember, folks, this is just for fun, not financial advice. Do your own research, all that good stuff.
Couldn't have said it better myself. That's all the time we have for today, folks. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into MSCI's Q4 2024 earnings call. We dug into their impressive financials, their focus on those key growth areas like ESG and AI, and their position as a leader in the world of finance. And hey, as always, we want to hear from you. What stood out to you? Join the conversation. Let us know your thoughts. Until next time, happy investing.